Welcome back into Everyday Kentucky. We're over here at UK Sports Medicine and Orthopaedics. Jenne DeAngelis is here. She is the athletic training supervisor, and Richard Watson is the director of sports rehabilitation and hand therapy. Basically, he runs everything over here. Guys, thanks for being with us. I want people to understand that this is kind of a hand-in-hand thing with you two. Jenne, first of all, it's imperative for your folks to identify immediately what has happened and then get them into right treatment regimen.
Yeah, so we are essentially the first responders on the field and on the court. So we deal with immediate emergency management, emergency action plans, concussion protocols. We are trying to stabilize that athlete, figure out what's wrong with them, and get them into either the clinic or the hospital and then go from there. So I'll let Richard kind of take over, but we do have a partnership. So once we refer that athlete, it's up to us to try to take them through that return to play progression, and working with the docs and the PTs is a huge asset for us.
And Richard, in order for you guys to do what you do so well, you need that accurate information from the trainers and making sure that they're doing the right thing there at that initial moment of the injury.
We do. It's sort of like a relay race of a baton handed off. The trainers are there, hand it to the physicians. They do the diagnostic workup, make sure is anything going to be needed there from a catastrophic standpoint. Is this a surgery case or conservative management? If it's surgery, they're going to have surgery. They're going to come to rehab. If it's not going to be that way, they're going to come back to us. We work them up, regain the motion strength, their functional mobility, and then we hand it back off to the trainers at the end so they can do on-the-field training and integration back to the full sports integration.
What we have found out is over the years is not only does your training get better, the diagnostic and the treatment equipment is better. And so sometimes when we see those awful collisions on the field or something like that and people are down for a long time, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's making sure that a bad thing doesn't happen.
Yeah, so I think that's a misconception. So I'm glad you brought that up, because we can be out there for 10 minutes with an athlete, but what we're trying to do is rule everything out. So if your son or daughter is on the field or the court and it seems to be this lingering extremely long time, we are just trying to make sure that they're okay. So for instance, we're trying to rule out the neck, the spine. It's a long process to get everything done, but we want to make sure before we get that athlete up that nothing detrimental is going to happen to them once we get them up.
And Richard, same thing from your standpoint. I mean, what you do now as opposed to what we did back when I was trying to play is just amazing. But the main thing is the athlete has got to buy in to make it work.
They do, and I think most of them want to get back to play as fast as they can. Our job is to, almost like a good jockey will rein in a horse a little bit where they want to get back. We'll actually let them understand that you can't rush the healing timeline, but you can facilitate it, and we want to get them back. But more so importantly, we want to get them back to where they're safe, where they're not going to have another injury. We know with concussions, if they go back, they're susceptible to sprained ankles, toward ACL, things of that nature. So we have to protect the athlete from themselves, hand that back off to our teammate. They're going to oversee and monitor and make sure that they're back up to condition before they're back to play.
Okay, so since you brought up the jockey analogy, what do you say to the owner, who in this case be the coach, who wants that athlete back out there as soon as possible?
If you send an athlete out and you're like, Coach, they can't run, they can't cut, do you understand why if we put them back in right now, that it's going to be a disservice to not only the kid but your team? So your team's not going to perform at that maximum level if we're putting 2 or 3 kids in there that are about 60 to 75%. So you have to show them. It's not a lot of times they see us as the stop, the wall, but we want the kids to go back, but if they're not ready to go back, I found out that if they can see how they are not ready to go back, it makes the decision a little bit easier.
In terms of this place, obviously you make your point, but there's a walk-in clinic if you've got something going on, whether you are a starting quarterback or just a weekend warrior, you can get that same world-class treatment.
You can, and our sports medicine physicians do a great job. Our walk-in clinic for athletes predominantly is 7 to 8, but we also have an orthopedic walk-in clinic from 8 to noon. They typically take their last patient around 11 o'clock for that day. And we also have the urgent care for after hours with that standpoint, because we have radiology here on site. We're able to streamline and work our direct partnership with our sports medicine physicians for those that need rehab in here. Our goal is not only to treat the professional athlete and the college athlete, and at least provide that for a lot, but we also see wonderful, recreational soccer, roller derbies here. There's pickleball, tennis, but we're here for all those weekend warriors.
all those weekend warriors and all those people that are throwing touchdown passes and slinging mulch on the weekends. You can get that treatment here at UK HealthCare Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Thanks for being with us, guys. We'll see you next time on Everyday Kentucky.